Hi, Debbie, you there?
Yeah, hi, I'm here.
Yes. Can you on your camera, please?
Wait, hold on a second. Hi,
Hi.
hi. I'm trying to see how do I make my background look nice.
Oh, okay. I,
Let me see. How do I?
I think you go to your picture at the top, and then you left click, and then you can say blur, adjust my background and effects to where your video is showing.
Go my go to my picture,
Your video.
my video.
Or you
Okay.
can click more and see. Oops.
I'm out again.
Wait, hold on. Let me take a screenshot and show you. I think that would be better. Uh,
Open to me.
See, this is for me. So it will appear the same for you. It's like three buttons. I sent it to your WhatsApp.
Oh, can you still see me on screen?
Yes, I can.
I don't know where am I now. Oh, yeah, hold on. Go to Did you say go to my video? Hold on.
Yeah, it's like a thumbnail video of your.
Go to, you mean right at the top there?
Yes. Did you see the WhatsApp I sent you?
Yeah. Hold on. Yes, but where did you click to get that out?
You have to put your cursor on the video, and then you will see three small dots.
Please more. I see view. I'm on Mac. Um,
Yes.
it says full, okay, do full screen. Hold on, let's see. Ah, yeah, I got it. Um, Mine doesn't have anything to choose.
I think if you prefer, you can also blur the background.
Blur the background. How do you blur?
If you go to the same.
It says virtual background. I have none. Hold on a sec.
But it would have some default background that you can use normally.
Yeah, that day I did. I don't know what happened to it now. Um, yeah, but at least it shows that it's working now. It's okay. Doesn't matter. This is just my. Let me see. I did it that day when we were doing the dry run, right?
Yes.
I don't know what happened. It's okay. No worries. You can still see my.
Yes, can.
Yeah, that's just my back of my mirror. It's okay. No worries. Anything you'd like to run through with me?
Yes, hold on now. Let me just do some change. Okay. Just a minute. Speaker start recording. Just doing some housekeeping.
Mhm.
Um, Recording started. Okay, so what I'll do is I will first Read out. Mm. So I'll first read out in honor of cancer. I will first introduce you, and then you can say hi, and then we'll go into the topic. And then I will have like a short sharing, very short sharing on some of one of our fundraising events. Is basically the Terry Fox Run.
No doubt.
Then yeah, it's
I find
coming.
out every year, but I cannot get there every year.
We are doing it Putrajaya this year though, so
Yeah, I know.
yeah. So yeah, in terms of the question, let's see. Yeah, in terms of the question, the last question I'll ask normally a general question about how important is cancer research, just to link it back to what we do at Cancer Research Malaysia. So maybe you could just add in things like, it's important for research to be done so that we can come up with better detection tools and more women can be saved, more people can survive the disease. Something as simple as that is also good enough.
Yeah, I can I even elaborate a little bit?
Yeah, you want me to elaborate or you want to elaborate?
I like to
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
about
Can.
cancer research is all on medication and the treatment. Uh,
Not entirely medication and treatment. We are trying to come up with early detection tools. We are trying to repurpose medication. We have clinical trials. We also have community outreach program to help low income women who are going through breast cancer treatment. Yeah, so it's but we don't give financial support. It's more of emotional support and ensuring the woman go through treatment.
so I like to actually mention about because of my background from the Dragon Boat, uh, because of cancer research, because of the researches that is being done, or by Dr. Don McKenzie from Canada many years ago, and that's how um, Dragon Boat for breast cancer survivors is actually being started
Oh,
uh,
okay.
because of the research, and they have put 20 breast cancer uh, survivors ladies on the boat uh,
Mm-hmm.
for dragon boating and to do the upper body exercise,
Mm.
and it actually um, proved that it actually prevent lymphedema.
Prevent,
After,
sorry, what is that?
prevent lymphedema.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That is why breast cancer survivors around the world, we have got breast cancer survivor team, dragon boat team, and that's why we paddle because of
Mm.
the repetitive upper body movement to prevent lymphedema after our surgery.
Oh,
Because surgery, we have to remove the lymph nodes, and removing the lymph nodes will cause lymphedema.
Well, that's a very interesting sharing. I think I will ask a question. I mean, I'll ask and then about the
A
research
lot of
question.
people doesn't know. They think
Yeah.
we just want to dragon boat. It is not. It's a movement around the world, and it's
Ah,
very big movement.
very
And
interesting.
Malaysia, we only got one team. Compared to other countries, they have many teams in just one county itself or just one state. Yeah.
Okay.
And for in July, we're going to Germany for the World Championship, Dragon Boat World Championship. And this year, we are it's the first year that they actually put this category, which is called the BCP, Breast Cancer Paddler category, in the World Championship. It's just like Paralympics or Para
Mm.
Dragons. You know what I mean? Why do they do that? It's not because we want to do, of course, it's fun, but that
Mm.
ladies are on the boat and we are We love the camaraderie that we have. You know what I mean? We share. We are in the same boat together. We share our treatment, our family issues, and everything that we feel. But the most important thing is why we dragon boat is because the research has been done by Dr. Don McKenzie that it- dragon boating prevents lymphedema for breast cancer survivors only,
Oh,
because
that's
breast
very
cancer
interesting.
survivors actually remove the lump, and but they have to remove uh, their lymph node to check whether has it been spread. So
Mm.
if it has been spread, it will need to remove all the lymph nodes. Like mine, I remove like almost 30 over lymph node on my left
So
arm.
that will affect your immune system and all that, right? So
So
that's why
it
it's
has
important to do.
the effects, because the lymph nodes are the one that carry the fluid along around your body, up to your head, to your, everywhere. And that's where cancer cells can spread because it goes into the lymph node. If it's already spread in the lymph node, it goes every part of your organs. We would
Mm, mm.
know. That's why it will lead to the next stage, which is called metastatic cancer.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, got it.
So basically, when we remove the lymph nodes, as much as they remove it, the more chances of breast cancer survivors after all this treatment, the problem is they get lymphedema, and lymphedema can really um, can really kill someone. You know, it's not
Hmm.
cancer that kills; it's lymphedema. The reason is because of
Basically, the immune system goes down, right? Is that why?
basically your fluid is stuck on your arms. If you now Google lymphedema, you see lots of pictures which are very ugly. The hands are all swollen. Your arm, your body part, or your at your back is
Mhm.
swollen. So basically, a lot of people have depression on that. They don't know what to do, and a lot of doctors doesn't know that because of the prevent lymph node has been removed, lymphedema developed. You know,
Mm.
but the research has been done. That is
Yeah, so
why,
again, thanks to research that this was
yes, thanks
discovered.
to research. Yeah. So it's not just like the research on what is the best medicine, what is best,
Correct,
you
correct,
know,
correct,
it's the research that after the treatment.
correct. It has to go way past beyond treatment,
Yeah,
what happens after, because
yes.
your body has gone through a lot, especially with the medication that you need to take. So it's a heavy burden on the body, what the body goes through.
Yeah. That is why we dragon boat for
Oh,
breast cancer survivors.
very interesting. You really have to share this so that people
Yes.
understand from where the name came
Yeah.
from.
Because when it comes to research, it's just so wide. You know,
Correct.
yeah. It's
Okay. All right. I'm going to start the session now. I'm going to start the webinar because it's already 10 o'clock. Mm, There's only one attendee. Good morning, everyone. We'll be starting shortly. Just waiting for more people to come in for the webinar. Just give us a couple of minutes before we start, okay?
yeah. Is it normal? Like not too many people.
It depends. It really depends. Sometimes it'll be a big crowd, sometimes it'll be a smaller crowd. But 30, 50 around there is like normal crowd size.
Mm.
Sometimes, like if there's an oncologist, it may be bigger group because people who like to ask questions and things like that.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to start the webinar now. A very good morning, everyone. Thank you for spending your Wednesday morning with us. I know it's 10 o'clock. We will be done within 20 to 25 minutes. So today, in honor of Cancer Survivor Month this June, I will be speaking to a breast cancer survivor named Debbie Wong. She's also the president of Pink Challenges Dragon Boat Club. And Debbie will be with us today sharing her journey, from the time she found out, how she went through treatment, how she got the strength to overcome all the challenges. Okay, good morning, Debbie. How are you doing this morning?
Morning. I'm good. Thank you.
Okay, so Debbie, can you share? Okay, sorry, before I start, if you have any questions, we will take your questions at the end of this session. You can drop your questions in the question and answer box. Okay. All right. Sorry, Debbie. So, can you share a bit about your cancer diagnosis and how and when you found out about this?
Yeah, sure. I was diagnosed with breast cancer in year 2015. Um, that was my first diagnosis. I was at the stage 2B at that time. And then I had a relapse at 2017, which has gone up to stage 3B. Yeah. So I did a few treatments on that, which was actually what was advised by the doctor. Yeah.
Okay.
So
And so, describe how, your first thoughts, your emotions when you first heard the diagnosis. It can be scary from what I've heard. So, describe how you felt. How was this for you?
I was very surprised because nobody in my family actually um, had cancer or have cancer at that time. So it's really surprising for me. Um, and also I was a little bit afraid at that
Mm,
time because of my son was also very young.
mm,
My son was only about 9 years old. Yeah. So um, yeah, it everything came so fast. I was just trying to just stay calm. Yeah.
I
It's
can
all the
imagine,
all the mixed feelings that came in, Yeah.
Correct, correct. I think what makes it more challenging is that you have to go through the emotions as an individual, but then you have a responsibility as a mother, and that also kind of like, okay, how will this affect him, and things like that. I'm sure it's not been easy, but it's nice to see you this side that you have already gained the strength and so happy and so joyful.
Yes, yes, definitely.
So, you had breast cancer, and at what so you mentioned that stage 2B and stage 3B. Could you just explain a bit more about that?
Uh, the stage 2B was they found a small lump,
Mm-hmm.
and they also actually removed four lymph node, and they did a test on it. And out of four, one of the lymph node was actually infected. So they staged me at 2B. When in 2017 again, uh, when they found another lump, which is near to the same area and the same breast, they did the same procedure, but of course now it's not a lumpectomy, not just to remove the lump. It will have to be a mastectomy. So once they do a mastectomy to remove the breast, they also need to remove more lymph nodes. So they have actually removed almost. My surgeon told me that almost every lymph node is being removed, except for the very small ones that she can't get. So there are about um, 23 lymph nodes or something like that. And yeah, almost 20 of them are actually affected. So that's why the staging went up again to
Ah,
3B. Yeah.
okay. And it's one thing hearing your diagnosis and going for one round of treatment. I mean, couple of rounds of treatments, and then when you had a relapse, and now you had to give up your breast. How was your emotions? I mean, for a woman, it's an image. It's a self-confidence. How
Mhm.
did you feel at that moment when your doctor told you had to undergo mastectomy?
Uh, there's a lot of mixed feeling there at that time. There's a lot of question that comes to my mind.
Mm.
And also there are also because of um, great doctors and surgeons these days, you get options like after your mastec, would you like to immediately do reconstruction on your breast?
Mm.
So there are a lot of things. So for me, being quite an organized person, I actually gave myself a bit of time. Second round, when you are diagnosed, you sort of stay a bit calm. It's not
Mm.
like, like bang, 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 you have to do everything. And
Correct, correct.
within a month, you have to get your cancer cells off. You sort of like, okay, the cancer cells are already there. You know what I mean? You understand a little bit that don't rush into treatments and things like that. So I
Mm.
gave myself a little bit more time to talk to people who have gone through mastectomy, with reconstruct, some who mastectomy without reconstruct, you know what I mean? What is the pro and con? With all the researches that I do myself, you know what I mean? Um, I find that this really, really help,
Correct.
to stay calm and to decide what do I want to do. I think at that moment, it's, yeah, and then a lot of friends will be telling you, no, you have to do a reconstruct. You can't, a woman cannot just go without a breast, you know what I mean? And then some remark would come like, without a breast means you're not a woman.
Mm.
There are lots of um,
Comments and suggestions and opinions. Yeah.
suggestions, and then you start to think and then you get a bit confused, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's my own decision, you know what I mean? And what I feel um, I like to be comfortable, that time, and also at that moment, was also I was a divorcee,
Mm.
so I'm single. So a lot of course, my friends will say, "Hey, you probably won't get someone in your life, if you don't even have breasts, you know." What I mean? So this is something that came to my mind too. It's funny, it's weird, And
Yeah.
actually,
Yeah.
with that sentence, it actually helped me to decide what I like to do,
Mm. Mm.
because with that sentence, I felt like if I can't get someone um, in future or a companion or a partner because I do not have breasts, then I think that's not love.
Correct, correct, correct. Agreed. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because it
So
goes beyond the physical needs and the physical
exactly.
body, right?
So I
Yeah.
think that is more of a reason maybe I don't even need a reconstruct. You know,
Mm.
that's some of the reason why, it is confusing at that time, really. Yeah, there's a
Mm.
lot of decision to make. And these are decision that people don't share because it's
Mm.
very, very personal.
Personal. Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very personal, and a lot of mixed feeling at that time. It's not easy. It's
It
just not.
is.
It's not
It is.
easy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad that you got to do your research, and you were a bit more calm at the second round, and you took your time to understand and not rush into things just because someone is saying A, you do A, and then you do B, you do C. A lot of people end up doing that because they want to be normal, they want to feel normal, they want to be doing the right thing. But sometimes if you don't have the calm mind, you end
Mm.
up doing everything and then you'll be in a mess again.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, Debbie, how did your life change personally, professionally, emotionally after the diagnosis?
Mm, I think after the diagnosis, I try to slow down a little bit with my life. I have always been in the corporate world. I have worked from I work 9 to 5 or more than 9 to 5 hours, it's like morning to in the evening. Do I still do that now? Yes, I do it too. Not too much on the corporate world, but I try to give back to community. And also, I like to share half of my time, whatever I can, with friends and family. I give myself, I actually put myself, um, try to put myself first at that time before diagnosed. And I always put my family, my son, and my company, and everybody, my friends first before me. You know, now I tell myself I need to put a stop. I know how to put a stop sometimes. Also being now a president for Pink Challenges, um, a team of 60 over survivors and supporters. I mean, being very active in this and looking at people that we can inspire and reach out. I think it's an achievement.
Yeah.
And I feel really proud of what I can do for the club, for the people who are in the club, my members, and for those who look at us from the outside and feel like, hey, we are breast cancer survivors or we are cancer survivors. We can also do quite a lot in our life, and life can change,
Correct.
and for me is I am more active, and I put exercise first too. Those days is like, I have no time to exercise. I wish it would rain so that I don't have to go out and exercise, that kind of thing. So I think it's a big change in my life.
Interesting. So what were were there moments during your treatment because you got, you had a relapse and all that? Did you feel like giving up?
No, never one moment I give up. When I had my relapse, it is of course, when I first diagnosed, I took it very lightly. I was very organized. My son was young, and I only tell myself what I need to do, and I drew out a schedule for myself again. I redo and reschedule my entire work with family and my son. Very very organized, and it got through really well, and it was so smoothly. My treatment went on so smoothly. And then you think, yes, it's all over. After a year and a half, the treatment is all over. I'm going to start all over again with my weight gain. I actually gained like 16 kg on my first treatment, with all the steroids and everything. My body was a little bit weaker. To get back in active mode, I was a cyclist at that time, to get back to be so strong, it takes some time.
Correct.
So after 1.5 years, and you say, yes, let's go for it, let's lose all. Of course, up to now, I can't lose all 16 kg, what I mean? But I did try to get back to almost to what was I before, When the second diagnosis came in, it is because you have gone through it,
Yes.
know how the process is. And it's going to be a worse and a longer process, what I mean? With surgery, if I'm going to do a bimastec, the surgery will be longer, the scars will be even worse, it's all across the chest. I can't do a lot of movement. When you think about it, it really, really hits me and say, damn, you know what I mean? I could go through all this and it's so disappointing. It's very disappointing and it's very sad. And that time, my second diagnosis, when I had my relapse, it really, I was so sad and I just cried and cried and cried. The first time I didn't really even cry much. I only cried one time. And the second time is like, I cried so much that I told myself, at the end, I also picked myself up and said, stop crying and just keep going. You know what I mean? There's not a point or a moment I think I like to give up, but it's just that, it's just the process, the whole thing again. it's tiring. It's very tiring.
Correct. Agreed. I
It's
know
very
it's okay to break down, but it's important to pick yourself up. I
yeah.
think that's the main message I'm getting from what you're saying. And being in your journey, because you thought, after you're down when you first were diagnosed and then you went for the treatment, you say, okay, I'm going to restart my life. And then just as about you're about to do that, and then a second one hits. And it can break you down very fast.
Yeah,
To
it
anyone who's
does.
hearing here today as well. But like you said, it's as much as we are humans, we can take time to go through that grief and go through the sad moment, but it's very important to pick yourself up.
Yeah. And I think my second one, it's funny when I had to actually put on a chemo pot
Mm,
for my treatment for my chemo, because it's like a weekly chemo now. It's not like a 3 weeks
mm,
one chemo. It's a weekly chemo. So chemo pot was advised to be embedded in on my upper chest here. There was a little bit of discomfort, and throughout the whole year, it's very uncomfortable. The chemo pot sat on my muscle, and it hurts every time I do a slight movement. Even when I pull my safety belt from
oh,
it, when I'm driving, and it sits on it, and it's painful. Um, I actually complain a lot.
mhm,
And then a friend, I remember, took me to meet another friend of his. And when I met her, and I remember I was complaining about my chemo pot, and she was listening to my complaint for more than half an hour. And then later she says, "It's okay, Debbie. Look at my chemo pot." I can't believe it. She took out her pot. She took out her top, her t-shirts that she was wearing. You know what I mean? She showed me her pot was on the thigh, on her arm, on her chest, and all. She had like 6 chemo pot in
ooh,
on her, and some are not functioning. You know what I mean?
mm,
Um, and to remove it again, it costs money, and you have to be hospitalized again. You know what I mean? In and out. So she just left it there. If it doesn't, she just live with it. When
mm,
I looked at her, and my tears just came rolling down, and I told myself, I am so ashamed of myself. I have one chemo pot. I complained the whole year. And look at her. She had about 6 to 7 chemo pot on her. You know what I mean? She's at the stage 4. Actually, she's already at a stage where she's just waiting. The
mm,
doctors can't even help her anymore. There was no treatment for her.
mm,
Like, but besides just giving her morphines. So to me, I felt like I'm so blessed.
mm,
You know what I mean? At that time, I felt I'm so blessed. And and that was the time I tell myself, I will not complain, and I will try my best to reach out to more people, you know what I mean, to help more. Um, you know. So yeah, that's how I felt, at that time.
mm. So I like you said, you spoke to someone and that made you feel better because someone else is in a much worse off situation. Speaking of which, did you reach out to support groups, counseling, or any connecting with any other survivor groups? Could you share that?
Actually, I have really, really good support in my family. Um, my father is one who is very supportive. He's always with me in my treatment, um, most time. Yeah. I have my sister, which is far away in Germany, but very supportive. Of course, with technology these days, we can talk to
Yes.
each other
Yes.
wherever we are. My son was with me, and my son, though, was young. Looking at him is like I really, it gave me strength.
Mm.
That I have to fight through
Fight
all
this out.
this.
Yeah.
I I never cry in front of him. I never show that I'm in pain or I'm uncomfortable. Sometimes I get angry with him. I even ask him, do you think that I am sick? He looked at me, and he actually answered me in a very shy way and said, no, you don't look sick. You know what I mean? So I said, well, I don't look sick, but actually I am sick. You know what I mean? But to me, is I just want to stay strong to show him that, when we are diagnosed and when we are going through treatment too, uh, if we feel like we are sick and all, and we want to look sick and everything, we will be in that way. We are going to be like feeling sick also. You know what I mean? So at that point, I have so many people who are supporting me, my friends, especially amazing friends I have surrounding me. Um, but I have my surgeon who always asks me to go to BCWA, which is Breast Cancer Welfare Association. You know, every time I see her for my follow up, she would actually say, have you gone to BCWA yet? And I would tell her no. And one day, I think I got a bit fed up with her asking me so many times. So I actually told her, actually, I don't really need support. To me, the support group is like you sit around and then you talk to people and you get help from each another. Um, and I didn't know how important it is. You know what I mean? And I felt like I don't need it. So only when she turned the table and she said, actually, I don't mean to ask you to go to BCWA to get support because I feel like you're very strong. You cycle to me every treatment. You cycle to chemo every treatment. And I think you are a very inspiring person. And I actually wish that you could go to BCWA and actually help others instead of getting help. And at that point, and it made me change my mind that, yeah, I would like to, help others by going into support group. And I think that really helps. I
So
think the support helps. Yeah.
it's important. So do
Yeah.
you think, I mean, someone who's going through their journey now, do you think support groups will be very helpful for them? Because they could also come with the same thought, people are just sharing and, it can be overwhelming. Would you recommend a support group for anyone who's undergoing cancer now?
I actually feel like sitting around to talk about each another's like journey or the complaint about what we have, you know what I mean, our side effect and all. It's very tiring and I think it's very depressing, because you hear each another's depression, situation. But I actually like what we're actually doing now, you know what I mean. If people come in and listen to our talk today and we're sharing, they can ask questions, without showing themselves, because some of them are shy when it comes to breast cancer. They can also listen and take some things in, you know what I mean? You don't have to take everything in.
Correct.
And it really helps because it's your free time. I think in group, it help and it don't sometimes, I feel. Sometimes it doesn't help, like not to everybody. But I like to share I really like to share when, invited and there are people who, when they come in, that they want help. When they come in, they want to listen and they want to know something. If not, they won't come in. If not, they won't spend that half an hour to come in to just listen to. I'm not an on-call, I'm not a doctor, you know what I mean? But to listen to a survivor who have gone through and how they've gone through, I think it's very important.
It's very reassuring to them. It gives them
Yeah. Yes, and I would also say not all survivors I listened to also when I was first diagnosed. Some would tell me, some survivors will only tell me very negative thing. I get this, I have this. It's like, oh my God, I'm like, I sit down and wait for all these side effects.
Yes.
I try to filter that,
Correct.
So I listen to very positive survivors, even though they have gone through, tough times. You know what I mean? Uh, how they have undergo the treatment, how they have gone through life, how they stay active. I like that way. I like to speak to very positive survivors.
Correct, correct. Yeah. So I guess there's pros and cons, and what you take in is very important to filter. Sometimes it can be overwhelming, but like you said, talking to people who are positive, despite their journey, they are being positive is very, very important because it's very reassuring to the cancer patient who's undergoing the journey now. So, Debbie, my next question is, why do you believe cancer research is important?
I actually believe the researchers are so important because being being a survivor and listening to many, uh, especially now in my club, we have survivors who are more than 25 years, and they actually tell us about their treatment, when they first had chemo. Even now, I compare myself like 9 years ago, or when I had my treatment, 10 years ago when I had my treatment, and the treatment plan today, the medication and they give and the treatment plan now, it keep changes and changes, and there's a lot of changes, and they keep changing and changing to better, definitely to better. And the researchers are so important, and it makes chemo easier and more adaptable for a lot of people. I can hear people who had chemo 20, 30 years ago, you know, once the chemo mat goes in, they already start vomiting, nausea, and all those things. We don't get this nowadays. I never get this, because, before chemo, we already have like anti-nausea, this and that and all.
Yes, yes.
It is all done because of researchers and
Yes.
researchers that they listen to the survivors, what they have gone through, and also medical researchers. And why another uh, thing I also mentioned before, is it's very important, not just during the treatment. It's very important to do some research. How do we survive after the treatment? You know what I mean? And that is how to stay active and how to try to prevent the cancer cells from coming back and getting a relapse. You know what I mean? To have a very active life. And I believe the exercise is important. And for breast cancer survivors, especially, our lymph node are being removed. And the research done by Dr. Dawn McKenzie, it's very, very helpful for breast cancer survivors. And that is why breast cancer survivors paddle or dragon boat around the world, because the repetitive upper body movement for us is is a physio exercises for us to prevent lymphedema after the lymph node have been removed, and that helps a lot. If not, we will feel very discomfort in our arm, and lymphedema develop, and we cannot use our fingers very well. And then all this comes in with depression, It's even worse, it's even worse than going through cancer treatment. The aftermath, the after treatment is what we want to look into, and research should be done that way too. How do we help people after the treatment?
Correct.
And I think research is very important. Yeah.
Thanks, Debbie. I mean, it's very interesting how you spoke about how you shared about where the name Dragon Boat came, and it's actually an exercise that is encouraged for women who have already gone through breast cancer treatment. Am I correct? And they had to remove the lymph nodes, and research showed that that exercise actually helps.
Yeah.
And it's very interesting how the name came about. And, it's been tied back to research. And thanks to research, we have better treatment outcomes, better treatments. And like you said, 20, 30 years ago, the moment the chemo drug hits in, people vomit. But now, because of research, there are better treatments, how to support patients, so that not only it helps them to treat the cancer, but it also helps them with pain management as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So, Debbie, my last question to you, our 30 minutes is already coming up, is, okay, if someone is going through the journey, having cancer and going through treatment, how can family and friends help them and support them? You can't just go and say, oh, I hope you feel better. Sometimes those kind of things can annoy people even more. So, how do we say the right things, and what kind of support do you think we should be giving them?
I actually feel like for me, it's like just don't treat me like I'm sick.
Mm,
You know what I
mm,
mean? Treat me like I'm normal. It's very funny when I was diagnosed and my friends would say to me, "Hey, let's catch up. We'll go for lunch or dinner and all." And then everybody start to tell me, "Let's go to this vegetarian restaurant, you know, or organic restaurant, or things like this." Is like, uh, why? It's because I'm diagnosed with cancer or I'm sick or I'm a cancer survivor. We should eat healthy. Yes, but don't treat me like I need to be eating just vegetable. You know what I mean?
yes,
And
yes, yes.
everybody turn, even though they love. We love our food and we love to catch up when we go to, and we are foodies, right? And before I was diagnosed, we are foodies. We are say, hey, this place open up, let's go try. We
Mm,
always do that. But when I when someone is diagnosed and not well, and they will go like, no, 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 we go eat vegetarian. I think we should be normal. We should
normal.
treat them normal. You know what I mean? Even when it comes to exercise or um, anything like a daily thing. My dad sometimes ignore, a very annoying too. He knows that I have a removed lymph node on my left arm, but he will come running at 82 years old. He'll come running to pick up a bag that I'm carrying. You know what I mean? And I'm saying, Dad, please, I'm not sick. I can do it on my own. I think we should treat I think, but then it's just very personal. Some
Correct.
people just like to know that they are being pampered. If
Yes.
you know I'm sick, just don't have me to do this and that. But I think just sitting around with them, talking normally and reacting normally, but always just hang around. I think it's better than you don't know what to say and shy away.
So being
Especially
there for them is
it's
important, and at
being
the
that.
same time, and the same time, as you say, treating them normal also means that they are able to be confident in themselves too. You
Yeah,
know,
and don't need to talk about the subject. It's just life goes on. You know what I mean? uh Talk about the birds and the
every
bees,
other thing, yes,
everything.
yes, every other thing, yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes, correct, correct,
unless they like to ask a question for themselves or whatever. Sometimes,
yes.
we are open to answer anything. You know what I mean? It's fine. But just be normal. I think we like to feel like we are normal. I mean, for me, I really feel like I like to be normal. To me, I think the 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 exercise and being together with family and friends, you know what I mean, doing the same thing and don't stop, never stop, don't
Mm.
unpause. That's it. Just
Continue doing as much as normal things as possible, as long as your body allows you to, and
yes,
take the rest when you need.
and always listen to your body. Don't overdo it.
Yes, correct, correct. Okay.
Always listen to them.
Okay. Thanks a lot, Debbie. Thank you so much for your sharing today. And for everyone listening here today, thank you for joining us. Before I go off, I just want to share about our fundraising efforts at Cancer Research Malaysia. And as Debbie has said earlier, how important research is. It's because of research we have better treatments today, we have better pain management tools, better early detection tools. So how can you support us? So
Yeah, like I said to you, I actually had signed up for Terry Fox Run every year without fail, even though I didn't make it. I feel like it's a good cause and
yes.
it's amazing the turnout.
Thanks.
Yes,
Thanks, Debbie. Thanks. So, as Debbie is saying, Cherry Fox Run is happening this year at Putrajaya. It's our new location. We're having it there,
yes,
a new run location. It's happening on the 28th of September at Complex Sukan Air, Putrajaya at 6:30 a.m. And if you can take a scan of this QR code here, you can go and register. With a donation of 50 ringgit, you will get a t-shirt, a Terry Fox Run t-shirt for the year 2025. We really hope you can come and support us, because every single money you donate to us will go towards Cancer Research Malaysia, so that we can continue doing more impactful research on Asian cancers. And I know when I was doing the webinar conducting the webinar with Debbie, there's been a lot of questions regarding the e-certificate. So please check your email inbox one day after today's webinar, and you will receive a feedback form from us. You'll fill out the details and attach a proof of donation accordingly, minimum 1 ringgit donation for the e-cert. And the e-cert will be sent to you within 30 days. If you have any inquiries regarding the e-cert, please reach out to this email address, and we'll get back to you. Okay. So before that, let me see if there's any questions. Stop share. Is there any questions? No questions. If there's any questions, please drop your questions in the questions and answer box, and we'll get to you. Okay, there is one comment by Tuan Suhaila. Hi everyone, I've been just diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer and is going through a second round of treatment. Listening to Debbie recounts her experience is like listening to my own story. Good job, Debbie, for being eloquent.
Thank you.
Yeah. Anyone else? Any questions? Any questions you would like to ask? I think, if you have any questions or you would like to join the Dragon Boat Club, the Pink Challengers Club, you can always, can they Google?
Yes, actually, you could go into our Facebook, which
Challengers.
is, Pink Challengers Dragon Boat Club. You can also search for us at Pinky Pink in Facebook. We are also in IG. Just message us on how you like to join us or like to come for a tryout. Our club, it started off with breast cancer survivors paddling because of course to prevent lymphedema. But now we are open up to cancer survivors, all cancer survivors. We have also male who join us who are prostate cancer, kidney or colon cancer, to join us to paddle. Of course, we also have our very supportive supporters who are they are fine and fit, and they are here to also support us and paddle with us and paddle in the same boat with us. You know what I mean? So we welcome everyone who like to actually try out dragon boating.
Okay. So it's open to everyone, if you like to
Open
support.
to everyone. Yes, you're open to everyone.
Okay. There is one question here by Nur Masnira. Okay, I'm going to read this out in BM. I think maybe she's much comfortable in BM. Malay. Saya diagnosis stage 4 breast cancer. Macam mana pemakanan untuk saya?
I like this. I like this question on the food. I think a lot of people have a bit of confusion when I started to, it's funny when you are diagnosed, right? I don't know whether does any one of them get this. It's like suddenly your whole family, they become like a nutritionalist, They are very pro. They'll tell you, you eat this, you don't eat this, you should eat more of this. There's so many people telling you what to eat, what not to eat, you know what I mean? So you just, again, you have to filter.
Yes.
But I think I met a really nice nutritionalist in the hospital when I was in. She just tell me like, when you're going through treatment, of course, chemo, there are some things that you shouldn't eat, like anything raw you shouldn't eat. But after your treatment and you're fine, or even during treatment, you should be always eating. I always tell anybody who's going through treatment, we must eat, and we must eat like every 2 hours a day, because to line your body and your stomach. If not, you get a lot of gas and in your stomach where you feel very uncomfortable. And when you start to eat a little bit, you feel like you want to vomit. How the medication does for side effect. So you need to eat to line your stomach. anything you like to eat, it can even be the worst junk food or KFC or even pizza or whatever. As long as you eat, you know what I mean? Something and it makes you happy when you eat.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Because sometimes you feel like you don't feel like eating this, but they just keep asking you to eat vegetables, you know what I mean? But if you like to eat meat, have
Yeah.
a bit of meat. But what I think is very important is to eat moderately in everything. Everything you eat have to be moderately. If you like to eat like uh even if you like to eat durian, right? Just eat moderate. Don't
Moderate, yes, yes, yes.
don't
Anything in moderation, like everything
yeah,
in
don't
moderation.
say because I'm a cancer survivor, no, I cannot eat durian. And some people say seafood is no good, crab is no good, But I think moderately, you don't eat crab
Yeah.
every day, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like,
Correct.
you don't eat durian every day, you know what I mean?
Correct.
So
Even
very
someone who does not have cancer, we will tell them, don't eat crab every day. Everything is so in moderation. That's
yeah.
very
And some
important.
people say no, don't take sugar because it feeds cancer cells and all. I actually feel like I did ask this. I asked my surgeon, okay, and she just looked at me and she goes, tell me, do you pop your sugar, like cubes of sugar in your
Yeah.
mouth every day? I said, no. So when do you eat sugar? I said, do you like sugar in your coffee? I said, no, I do black coffee. Then, so where do you find your sugar? I said, I don't know. Sometimes I have cakes or fruits or whatever. Then I said, those it's okay. You don't
Mm.
eat you don't eat cake every day, right?
Yes,
You
yes,
know what I mean?
yes.
So eat it moderately is fine. Eat your
Correct.
fruits is natural sugar. But if you find this particular fruit is too much sugar, then try another fruit.
Another
Like,
fact.
yeah.
Yes, yes.
So basically, I think eat everything, eat moderately, but must eat.
Yes, yes, yes.
And but must exercise also.
Correct, correct, correct. Yeah,
It's
yeah. Because you don't want to be doing like intermittent fasting when you're going
no,
through
no.
treatment and all that.
Yeah.
It's definitely not advisable for doing all that. Your body needs to go through, your body is already, you're going through treatment, you've got
Yeah.
medications in your body. Don't put another burden of going doing a different kind of fasting and all that. I think
Don't make the food be another stress to you. You know,
correct, correct.
you
Yeah.
should be happy you can eat. You should be happy you still be able to eat. You know.
Correct, correct. Yes, that's true. That's true. Okay. We have came to the end of our time. Thank you, Debbie. Thank you so much for being here today, sharing your journey. I know some questions were personal, but you were still here to share that journey because you know how important is it for people to hear your journey because there are people out there who probably are looking for hope, looking for reassurance.
Yeah.
And thanks a lot for sharing your Wednesday morning with us.
Yes. Thank you for having me. Yeah, I'm happy to be doing this, Thank you. I'm happy to be sharing, Please do contact us if you like to join us, We are a Dragon Boat team, a fun group of yeah, a fun group of survivors and supporters. Yeah.
Yes, yes, definitely. Thanks a lot, Debbie. Thank you so much,
Thank
everyone. And I'll be ending the webinar now. Thank you.
you.